This is Leah with Backyard Homestead in Starkville, Mississippi, Zone 7B, and it is Sunday, August 12th, and we are getting ready to harvest our Silver Queen corn. And this is our second planting of sweet corn this summer. The first corn we planted was the Stowell Evergreen, and we planted it and harvested it and got a nice little harvest off of it, and then we already had Silver Queen started in flats. So immediately when we picked when we harvested the Stowell's Evergreen, we cut the plants off and just left the roots in the ground, and then transplanted our Silver Queen in between where each Stowell's Evergreen had been. So this is our second planting of corn, of sweet corn, this summer. So getting ready to look and see what we got. We didn't know if it would have time to make or not. It's beautiful. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous corn. Well filled out. Beautiful. So tickled with this. Second harvest of sweet corn this summer. And it is August 12th. Oh yeah. Pretty ears. Little tiny worm. Looks like it didn't get pollinated, maybe right at the top, but down the cob, nice pretty ear. Ants in it, probably going after water. Yeah, sugar and water. Ah! Beautiful. I was worried about it being real wormy, but haven't seen much worm activity yet. These are gorgeous ears. This is our second crop. I said the first crop we planted was our Stowell Evergreen, and we let it ripen. We harvested it. We immediately cut the stalks down and then planted Silver Queen that we had started in flats. And so this is our second crop of sweet corn this summer, and it looks like it's going to be really nice. Woohoo! Okay, so this is our corn harvest pre-shucking. We got like 2 5-gallon buckets really full, another container good and full, and another container good and full. And I will come back and show you how much we got after we get finished cleaning it up. And this is the patch where we just harvested that corn, and we went ahead and immediately cut the stalks down. You can see this is where we just cut these fresh stalks down. This was the stalk from the beginning, the first crop of corn we had this summer. These are the stalks from the Stowell's Evergreen, and then we planted the Silver Queen right beside them, and these are the stalks from the Silver Queen. And we'll just leave the roots in there. It helps, it gives the worms food, and when the roots rot, it leaves all those little passageways in the soil, so I'm not going to dig it up. Just going to go back and rake this layer of mulch back when we get ready to plant, and go down and plant right between the stalks. And I think we're going to plant some more bush green beans. Not positive yet, but that's the plan right now. And I'm hoping these pepper plants will go just nuts now. I mean, they're already doing great. They're hanging with bell peppers and hanging with peppers. But hopefully now with the corn gone, where they're getting plenty of sun, they'll do even better. And maybe give this okra down here a little bit more light too. But harvest, cut the stalks down, and then we'll go right back and get something else going. And here, it's kind of funny, this is where the corn patch was, and we had okra planted on the front edge, and you can see the okra has just been leaning out away from the corn, trying to get more sunlight. But these okra plants are healthy and beautiful. Oh, I did want to show y'all this. We're finding a whole bunch of ears that just have a teeny tiny little worm in it, like that guy. I hope he shows up. But you can see they were about to go crazy on this corn. Just barely got in the tip top of this one. We're finding a whole bunch of little bitties, so hopefully we caught it just in time before the worms went crazy. Look at this beautiful ear. Bam! Look at this side. This is the biggest worm we found so far. So the chickens will enjoy him, and then we'll enjoy this side of the ear. But only found one ear with major worm damage. I thought being, you know, a little bit later in the summer we might have a lot more, but we've just had pretty clean, beautiful ears so far. Anyway, I'll come back and show you what we get at the very end. Okay, this is today's garden harvest. Our Silver Queen corn, we harvested 123 ears for a total of 34.83 pounds. We have a whole bunch of mixed peppers. You can see this container, and the whole container's full. I'll tell you, we got 1.9 pounds of red Marconis, 2.21 pounds of Cubanelles, 3.75 pounds of bell peppers, 0.54 pounds of jalapenos, and 0.88 pounds of tequila sunrise. Butter beans, we harvested 2.01 pounds of butter beans. And we also harvested some Better Boy tomatoes, 1.31 pounds of Better Boys, cucumbers, 0.44 pounds, and 0.37 pounds of okra. We already carried it in and put it in the refrigerator. And we pick the tomatoes, the okra, and the cucumbers every day. And we just don't show a harvest video every day. But and I'm going to carry you in and show you totals on the spreadsheet now. But this is today's harvest. And again, I was really pleased with this corn. A lot of people were saying that you can't grow 2 harvests of sweet corn in one summer, but we did, and they both turned out beautiful. So really pleased with that. Thanks. I wanted to give a little bit of a garden update too while we're out here. And this is our okra. This is one section where okra is, and it's growing beside where the corn we just picked was. So I think it'll stand up and do a lot better now that it's not being shaded by the corn so much. It'll have a little more room to spread out. And this okra is beautiful and healthy, but I wanted to show y'all one plant. You see all these plants are covered with areas that are about to bloom. Big, thick, beautiful foliage, blooms on the plants. And this plant, again, a real super healthy plant. The leaves are beautiful. It's lush and green, but not a single bloom on it. And it hasn't bloomed the entire time they've been out here. It hasn't made a single pot of okra. And the plant's gorgeous. It's healthy. It's in between plants that are blooming and making okra on both sides. And okra all over every other plant in this row. But this plant hasn't bloomed. Hasn't made any okra. So I thought that was interesting. If anybody has any idea what's going on with that. But apparently it's just a plant that's not blooming. And these plants are taller than I am now. So big, pretty okra plants. Okay, this is the patch where the corn was. And we're going to rake back this mulch and go ahead and just plant green beans here. And those are our peppers in pots on the fence, and we expect them to start doing even better now that the corn isn't shading them, but they're producing really well. We picked a whole bunch of peppers off of those today. And that's aspen. Alright, eggplant. Over here we have cantaloupe, and cantaloupe's starting to bloom pretty. I don't see any baby cantaloupes yet, but hopefully it'll take off and maybe we'll get some cantaloupe. And these are the butter beans I just picked. This is the first row, and I've picked it twice. This is the second planting. We planted a little bit later, and it's blooming heavy, and there's baby beans on it, flat beans, but they're not ready to pick yet. I'm hoping maybe next week. And this is the row where we had all those different varieties of tomatoes. We had the black vernissage and the brandywine, and we pulled them and planted rattlesnake beans, and the rattlesnake beans have climbed to the top of the fence now. So hopefully, I haven't seen any blooming yet, but hopefully it won't be long till maybe we'll get a mess of rattlesnake beans. We left the Better Boys at the end. They're still doing okay. And picking them, 2 or 3 a day just to eat fresh. So we left them. We're going to leave them till they quit bearing. We planted pink eye purple hull peas here, and they are just now starting to bloom. So should have some peas before long. But these are big, pretty, healthy plants. Seem to be doing really well. This is one of the rows where we had the Roma tomatoes, and we planted climbing beans on either side, and they seem to be doing well. See if they'll make in time, beat the frost for us. If we have a late frost, we should be able to harvest these a couple times. Have an early frost, it'll probably kill them. So we'll just see. We're gambling. This is the row, or these are the rows where we had the red Lesotho potatoes. We dug them and planted bush green beans. So hopefully we'll have time to get a nice fall crop of bush green beans. That's our row of cucumbers that's still making. The plants are starting to look a little weak, but we're picking a pound or two of cucumbers each day off of here. So gonna let them keep going as long as we can, as long as we're getting something off of them. This is the row, or one of the rows, where we had cucumbers, and the cucumber plants just got too bad, and they were drying up, and they died, and they had powdery mildew. So we took them down, and we planted cucumbers on the back side from seed. And Alan also has some more started in flats, so when they get big enough to transplant, we'll transplant them and try to get another crop of cucumbers before the end of the summer season. Over here, I planted more bush green beans. I really want to get some green beans. More bush green beans on either side of this row of okra. And this okra, you can tell, it's doing much better on this end where it gets more sun till later in the day. Down the other end, it doesn't stay as moist and it doesn't get as much light. So, let's see, tall end on down to the short end. But still getting nice okra off of it. And this is another row of our peppers, and we're still picking a lot off of them. Had a good harvest today. And in this raised bed, we had corn, and we just harvested it today, so I don't know what we're going to plant in this yet, but I'll update you on that later when we decide. And on the other side, we have watermelon. And I haven't seen, I was going to say I hadn't seen a bloom yet, but they're blooming. Yay, so I got blooms on the watermelon. Definitely haven't seen any baby watermelons yet, but hopefully we'll have time to get some before the summer's over. I do love some watermelon. And I think that's about it. Here's another little area. We planted more bush green beans, trying to get us some for a fall harvest. And I wanted to show, this is what we did with our corn stalks. We chopped them off and piled them over here in this area, and we're just going to let this compost over the winter and have it ready to put out on rows come spring. And that is about it. Now, my afternoon is going to be spent putting up this corn, chopping up peppers, and shelling butter beans. Getting this stuff ready for the winter. Alright, thanks for watching. Okay, I said I would do an update and show the spreadsheet for what we've harvested. I'll just show the total numbers for what we harvested today. So butter beans, we have for the year 14.43 pounds. Let's see what else. Silver Queen corn, we got 34.83. Stowell Evergreen, we got 37.61 off the same area. It was interesting. We've gotten 60 pounds, 60.21 pounds of cucumbers. Um, 6.34 pounds of okra. And here's all the peppers. We've gotten 4 pounds of tequila sunrise, 5 pounds of red Marconi, 2 pounds of jalapenos, 6 pounds of bell peppers. And let's see. Better Boy tomatoes, we've gotten 35.81 pounds. So that's just kind of a run through. We got 219 pounds of Romas, which was pretty cool. Alright, that's it. Thanks for watching. Back one more time. I did mention that for the year, since January, we've harvested 969.7 pounds of produce from the garden. Now that's all. Thanks for watching.